sitting room, slumped in an armchair, eyes open as if she'd been interrupted mid-thought. No signs of struggle, no forced entry, no family, no obvious reason. Just silence. Detective Arthur Bell arrived just as the milkman was being questioned outside. "I'm telling you," the milkman insisted, wringing his cap. "She wasn't alone." Bell glanced at him. "You saw someone?" "No, heard. Two voices, both women, arguing, I think." "About what?" The milkman hesitated. "Couldn't make it out, but it didn't sound friendly." Inside the house, everything was neat. Too neat. Dust carefully wiped, furniture perfectly aligned, not a single thing out of place, except a chair in the corner of the room, facing Eleanor, as if someone had been sitting there. "Strange woman," the officer muttered, "kept to herself, no visitors." Bell nodded slowly, scanning the room. Then he saw it, a door, slightly ajar. "Basement?" he asked. "Didn't check yet." Bell pushed it open. The smell hit first, not rot, not decay, wax. The basement was dimly lit, a single bulb flickering overhead, and down there, figures, dozens of them. Wax sculptures, human-sized, unnervingly detailed, faces frozen mid-expression, watching. "Good Lord," the officer whispered. Bell stepped closer, studying them. One looked like a shopkeeper, another like a young boy. And then he saw her, an older woman, seated, calm, stern, too real. "Who's that supposed to be?" the officer asked. Bell checked a small plaque at the base. "Mother." Back upstairs, Bell returned to the sitting room. He looked again at Eleanor's body, then at the empty chair, then back toward the basement door. "Get the milkman in here," Bell said. The milkman stepped inside nervously. Bell pointed to the chair. "You said you heard two women." "Yes, sir." "Did either voice sound older?" The milkman frowned. "Now you mention it, yeah, one was sharper, like telling the other off." Bell nodded slowly. "Like a mother?" The milkman's eyes widened. Yeah, that's it." Silence settled over the room. Bell walked to the basement door, looked down into the dim light, at the wax figures below, at the one labeled Mother. "Here's what I think happened," Bell said quietly. The officer listened. "She lived alone too long," Bell began. "So she made company." He gestured toward the basement. "Gave them faces, voices, personalities." The officer swallowed. "You're saying she imagined it?" Bell shook his head slightly. "Not imagined, believed." He looked back at Eleanor. "Last night, she wasn't alone in her mind." The officer hesitated. "But that doesn't explain the argument or how she died." Bell didn't answer right away. Instead, he slowly walked downstairs again, back to the wax figures. He stopped in front of the one labeled Mother. Something felt off. He leaned in closer, examining the face, the eyes, the mouth, slightly open. Bell's expression changed. "Get down here," he called. The officer hurried over. "What is it?" Bell pointed. "Look at the lips. There, caught in the wax, a faint crack, as if it had been moved." The officer stepped back. "That's not possible." Bell's voice dropped. "Wax softens with heat." The flickering bulb above them buzzed. "Maybe she talked to it," the officer said nervously. "Maybe she moved it herself." Bell didn't respond. He was staring at the figure's hand. It wasn't quite in the same position as the others. Not perfectly still, not perfectly posed. As if it had shifted. Back upstairs, Bell stood over Eleanor one last time. "Cause of death?" the officer asked. Bell looked at her expression. Not fear, not pain, shock. "She died suddenly," Bell said. "Heart, most likely." The officer nodded. "So, case closed?" Bell hesitated, then glanced once more toward the basement door. "Yes," he said, but he didn't sound convinced. As they left the house, the morning light crept through the windows. Quiet, still. Down in the basement, the wax figure labeled Mother sat in silence. And very slowly, almost imperceptibly, its head tilted. End of episode 4. That